So we're back at the Rhino. I got this box here. It's a new starter and a new solenoid, and we're going to try to change that today. So the first thing before you want to start changing that, you have to disconnect your battery. Take these wires off because you don't want to be working on the starter with the wires plugged in. So that's what I'm going to do first. So I got my 11mm wrench. I'm going to take the negative off the battery first because that's always a safe practice, because that's the ground. If you want to eliminate any sparks. Now, which way am I supposed to? Left. Well, I think I got it loose. Yep. Not to lose that nut. Okay. Yeah, this was put on wrong also. That should be like that to go on. Put the nut back so we don't lose it. Put the ground wire way over there. Now I'll take off my positive. That's loose. I put this on wrong. I'll talk to you about the wires after when I put it back together. That's the well, now that the battery's safely unhooked, I could go and look at undoing my starter. So this thing is in the way. We have to take this thing off. How do we get that thing off? I'm gonna have to get a flashlight to see, I think, because I don't want to break anything. So I'll be back with a flashlight. Okay, looks like there's a little screw there in here to undo to take this air box off. And it goes to the back. I don't know if it's clipped anywhere there. No, it doesn't seem to be clipped there. Oh, maybe here too. There's a bolt here, a bolt missing here. Must have fell out. I'll have to look in the bottom if I don't see a bolt. Okay, so let's go and try to find how to get that little screw out. So I got a 10mm box. I'm going to put it on this bolt here. What, is it coming? Loosen that out. Now it's loose, coming out. There we go. Now I'll have to put this bolt where I'm not going to lose it. Up there. That loosens the upper part here. Now I have to figure out how to get that little screw loose. That's difficult. It won't turn by hand, and I can't get a wrench in there or anything in there. Gonna have to figure that out. Trying to get this screw out so I can take that side panel off. Is it a screw? It seems to be like plastic. Maybe it's just a plug. So this was just a plastic plug. I unscrewed it a bit and it came out. I'm trying to get this side panel off so I could get at that airbox screw. Let's see what this does. So I got the side off here, and I got this pulled open enough that I could get my vice grip on and turn it. I have to turn it in half turns. Loosen it just half a turn, quarter a turn at a time. That's a crazy way to build a machine, I think. We're getting it. Let's see if it's loose. Oh, it's loose enough to come out. That was our goal, and that's what we accomplished. So let's see. Oh yeah. How do I get that? Oh, that's tied onto that over there. I'll have to unhook it over there. So the starter is in there. I have to, this is clipped on here. I don't know if you can see that. The airbox is clipped onto this thing. I'll have to take it off. So now what we have to do is take this wire off of the starter. This wire here. Lift up this rubber thing and take it off. I think we can do that. Let's see. Oops. I don't know if you can see. Get my screwdriver. Lift that up. That's a bolt there. We have to unbolt that. Okay, so that's the gold. To unbolt the wire from the starter. So if I look at my new starter, I see this is where the wire goes, and to attach the starter there's two bolts on the side here, there and there, and the starter just slips in, I guess. So that's the only, I have to unattach my wire and I have to undo my two bolts on the side. So that's what I'll be doing now on the old starter. So I just have to lift up this rubber and get my wrench on that. Now I have to go right. It's upside down. Oops! Don't lose my light. I have to go take that. Try to get my round thing on it. I'll make sure I'm going the right way. That's loosened like this. Oh, I got the wrench on, and I'm going counterclockwise to loosen it. Well, it's coming loose. Trying to hold this rubber off. So that bolt is almost off. I'm going to get my magnet to catch it because I don't want to lose it. Trying to get my magnet to catch that bolt. It's almost off. I have to hold the rubber off. There, I got the little nut and the magnet. So now I just take the wire off. So I got my ratchet wrench on the little bolt, and we're going to try to, there's one on each side. I got that loose. Let's see if it's loosing. Yeah, with my finger I can take it out. Now I have to loosen the other side, which is in a more difficult place. So I got one side of the starter bolt out. This side I was able to get with a wrench, but this side over here, I'm going to have to go and get a long box and try to get it from the top here. So a long number 8 box with an extension so I could work at the top here. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I got this little ratchet with 2 long extensions and a long box on it. And we're going to try to work it loose this way. There, got it. I don't need my ratchet, I could just turn it. Maybe I'll get it out with my hands. I think. I don't know, I better. Still need my box. Now the starter is supposed to be loose. Wiggle it out. So I'm just going to tap it, get it loose. And it seems to be moving. I'll go on the other side and see if I could pull it out. Well, definitely now it's loose. Now I have to wiggle it out of this hole. Wonder how I could do that. Do I have to take that line off? Let me figure that out. So I got it loose. The starter is off, but there's this metal line here. I don't know what it's for. I'm just wondering, do I have to take that off to get the starter out and the new starter in? This pipe here is just a flexible pipe, but I can't lift the starter over this metal line. So there's metal bars on both sides, and I don't think that's the way to get it out. I think we have to get this off and lift this up somehow to get the starter out and the new one in. Because this is it's wiggly. It's the rubbers that are holding that in place. So let's see if that's going to be the solution. So I want to take this rubber thing off, and I found an Allen key, a 532 I think it is, and it fits in there, that little screw. Now I could, left is loose, I could loosen that off and see if that's going to give me headway to bring that starter out and put the new one in. Let's see if I can get that off. I'll pull that off of there. Need a screwdriver. Yep, it's gonna come off. There we go. That's loose now. If I can get this side off, that'll be perfect. So now I took this this off on this side, and this I guess it's the carburetor. It lifted up. So now I might have enough room to take the old starter out and put the new starter in. Now I got it right out. That's good. I just had to undo those rubber things. So now I'll put my new starter in. I guess when I have my starter out, I should try to clean the dirt out of there. Not to push it in where the gears are. Just pick up some dirt. Wow, that's dusty in there. A lot better than it was. Let's try to get that new starter in. Take off that rubber thing. Now, our new starter goes in like this. Lots of place when that thing is. Oh, I have to get the wire up. Let's get her in. Now, I have to get it in the right place. So I got it in. Now I have to just get it straight and lined up to push ahead and get the little wire on it. Well, so I wiggled and jiggled it and I got it to go in. The splines are all lined up and it's flush against this piece here. So now I could put my wire on the top, bolt it down, and the new starter will be in, and just reassemble all what I took off. So I put this wire back on. Now I have to put a bolt on that to, I didn't put the wire back on. I will put the wire back on and put a bolt on top of it to keep it on. So that's what I'm going to do next. So this is the little bolt that comes in the kit of the starter, so that's the only place that it could go, is to hold that wire on. So this is what I'm going to put on top of the wire to keep it on, the starter. And it comes with it's a 10. I'll tighten that up with the wrench now. Putting my two bolts back in that I took out to hold the starter in. Well, I'll tighten that up with the ratchet. So I put my collar back and I was able to slip it on. Now I'll bring my collar back where it's supposed to be. Maybe I have to really open it. Maybe we'll take the bolt right out because it's just flexible stuff. There. Took the collar off. Now I have to put it back on. Don't lose my bolt. Okay, there we go. It's all in the right place. Right to tight. There. Just make sure it's in the right place everywhere. Yep. Well, pretty tight. Gotta get another half turn. There we go. There. That's pretty tight. Now put this back on. It was on this hole here. That just slips on. There. Now the new starter's in. I have to fix up the other side. So now I have to put my air box back in. Goes in the back here. Okay, there we go. Goes like that. That's it. Bolts onto that. Here. There's only one bolt. That goes in this hole here. Go back a little bit more. That was tied there. There we go. There we go. Let's push that back in there. Where's my light? There, clipped in. Now I'll tighten that up. Put my little clip on the back here. Tighten that bolt in. And the starter is changed. There, she's tight. Yep. Don't have to over tighten it. We don't want to break it. It's only plastic. Okay, so that job of the changing the starter is done. Okay, we're at the point of hooking our battery back up. And there's just one thing I want to explain. When you're hooking the wires, like we have the wires that coming from the Startex here, and then we have this extra wire that's for our winch. We want to put the wire coming from the Startex closest to the battery side, and then we put the wire that's connecting to the winch secondary, because the wire coming from the Startex feeds the starter, and that's your primary demand on your battery. So everything that's primary demand on the battery has to be closer to the poles of the battery if you don't want to have any trouble. So we're hooking up our positive first, and then we'll go to our negative and do the same thing. Put the primary demand of the starter closest to the battery pole. And the secondary demand, which is the winch, that will go after. There we go. And I'm just gonna tighten these up, and then we'll be ready to start our Rhino to make sure the starter is gonna start it. See how our job ended up. Okay, so that's that. I didn't put the new StarTex on. I just want to hook it up to make sure the starter's all right before anything. So I'll tighten these up and we'll start the Rhino. So we're ready to turn the key for the first time with the new starter. Oh, I should pull in my choke. Well, starter's working at least. We have this So, what do you think of the job I did?
I think you did pretty good. You got tasked with changing the oil, and then you got unexpected extra work to do, we'll say. You had to change the starter. That was a bit of a process. I think you did pretty well because stepping on this brake, turn the key, and away she goes. So I think you were pretty successful in your work. Good job.
Thank you very much.